Dad cuts daughter's hair off for getting birthday highlights, then mom gets involved. Kelsey Frederik was looking forward to her 13th birthday. She would finally become a teenager and be able to do all the fun things her friends were already doing, or so she thought. She was a girl with divorced parents, which meant she might even get the opportunity to hold 2 celebrations. But unfortunately, her father was about to do something that would leave her in tears on her special day. Kelsey's parents had no problems coordinating 2 birthday parties for their precious girl. She has gotten used to this tradition over the past few years. However, she was hoping her 13th birthday would be extra special. The day before her birthday party, Kelsey's mother offered to pay for her highlights. The teen was ecstatic. Many of her peers at school were already dyeing their hair, and Kelsey wanted to try it out as well. The family agreed the first birthday party would be at her father's place. So, after spending some time at a fancy salon, Kelsey's mother drove her to her father's house. However, no one could have predicted what her father was about to do to Kelsey. She would soon regret seeing him on her birthday. Kelsey spent her weekends with a different parent and always had a lot of fun. When she was at her father's house, they would go to the baseball games with her 2 younger brothers. Until now, Kelsey felt lucky to have such an incredible, kind father. She and her mother are also very close. They are basically best friends. So, what could possibly go wrong between the 2 families? Kelsey's parents, Shafin and Kristen, split when she was a little girl. It was very hard for her to accept that her parents weren't going to live together anymore. She liked having a big family and being able to spend time with both of her parents whenever she wanted. Sadly, the divorce affected Kelsey much more than her younger brothers, who were too little to remember. However, she was lucky that her parents stayed friends, maintaining a good relationship for their children's sake. Not long after the divorce, Kelsey's father met another woman, and they fell in love. She was his co-worker at the fire station. Kelsey was okay with that because she actually liked her father's new girlfriend. The couple soon got married, and Kelsey was happy for them. But, sadly, she had no idea what was coming. Kelsey was lucky that both of her parents lived in Fostoria, Ohio. The close proximity to one another allowed both families to make her birthday memorable. Kelsey had wanted to get a Mia Hamm jersey for some time now, but they were too expensive for her parents to afford. So, they had to think of something else to give her on her 13th birthday. Their daughter's 13th birthday was an important milestone in her life, so Kristen and Shafin wanted to give her something special. Kristen knew how much her daughter loved makeup as she always borrowed hers. However, she didn't expect what Kelsey asked on her 13th birthday. "Mom, I want to get highlights for my 13th birthday," the girl said. Kristen was a little taken aback at first, but she agreed. She didn't think it was a big deal. So, she made an appointment at the same salon where she had been getting her hair done. The mother and daughter also ended up getting matching pedicures and manicures. But little did Kelsey know, something else was about to happen on her big day. Kelsey loved her new hair. It looked so beautiful. The highlights completely changed the way she looked. Even her own father couldn't recognize her at first. Kristen took a photo of her daughter after all the treatments and posted it on Facebook for all of her friends and family to see. Unfortunately, not everyone was happy for them. Kelsey was looking forward to going to her father's house and showing off her new hairstyle. Kristen drove her to her ex-husband's place, and they both agreed that Kelsey would be staying at his home for the weekend. She kissed her daughter goodbye and went home. When Kelsey came home a few days later, something strange happened. It took Kristen some time to realize that the girl ringing the doorbell was actually her daughter. Her face was swollen from crying. When she did a double take at Kelsey's hair, she realized that the expensive highlights were gone. What had happened to her hair? The teen's highlights and long locks had disappeared. A professional hairstylist later commented, saying, "What they did to that poor child, it's a chop off, it's a boyish cut with no styling whatsoever." Kristen couldn't believe what she was seeing and didn't know what had happened to her precious girl. She knew she had to get to the bottom of this. Since Kelsey refused to talk about what happened to her hair, Kristen got in the car and drove to her ex-husband's place. She needed answers, and she needed them now. She couldn't believe what the man she once loved had done to her daughter. When she arrived at their house, she screamed at both of them, asking what they had done to her daughter. She wanted to know why they didn't get in touch with her first. The couple explained that they hated Kelsey's hairstyle and punished her for it. They thought the highlights were too precarious for a 13-year-old. Actions have consequences, the pair explained. But little did they know, Kristen was about to do something that would make them regret punishing the teen. Kristen went to the police station. The mother was upset at how her child was being cared for. The haircut was done against the child's wishes under the direction of the girl's father and stepmother, the chief commented. Kristen couldn't believe what her ex had done to their daughter. It was simple highlights, not green hair. She decided to take out her frustration by shaming her ex on Facebook. She posted the before and after photos of Kelsey and wrote, "This is what my daughter looked like Sunday when I took her home, and the other two pics are what happened today before she was brought to me, all over me having highlights put in her hair for her birthday." Kristen wanted her ex to feel the pain he had caused his daughter on her birthday. However, it wasn't her intention to write a viral post. She just wanted her friends and family to see how cruel Chaffin was. However, the photos ended up going viral on Facebook. Hundreds of people reacted in such a short period. They were outraged. Kristen's post had been shared 24,000 times and received 33,000 reactions in only a week. Kristen received all the support she wanted. People she never met started calling her ex and his girlfriend disgusting and ridiculous. But this was just the beginning. What a cruel thing for a parent to do to their child. "So sorry that happened, beautiful no matter what," one person wrote. While another wrote, "I think the daughter was unfortunately in the middle of a get back at you between both parents fighting." Could it be true? Hairstylist Jennifer McVeigh, who works at Pear Tree Salon, commented on the post, "Your hair is what really makes you feel good. If your hair looks good, you feel good." She had beautiful long hair. That beautiful little girl is now walking around embarrassed. Another person, aside from the father, is at fault. The one holding the scissors. But, back to the father, why would they want to humiliate their daughter that way? That was crossing a fine line, she continued. Some people said 13 was too young to get highlights, but that wasn't the point. Her controlling ex was the real problem. Kristen's post received so much attention online that she decided to launch a fundraiser to help pay for Kelsey's treatment. She created a GoFundMe account for her and asked people to donate money to help fix her hair. Some people, however, thought that Kelsey's father was abusive. Fox 8 interviewed Police Chief Colby Carroll and broadcasted how the teen got a forced haircut from her father and his partner as punishment. "I've been doing this since '92, and I've never had a case I would say that's like this," the officer said. Soon, the authorities were knocking on his door. Both Chaffin and his new wife received suspensions from their duties at the Middletown Township Fire Department. They were placed on administrative leave because the fire department didn't want abusive people like that working for them. The local judges also determined that the couple needed to pay for what they had done. Kristen was granted full custody of her daughter. She also shared an amazing update on Facebook. After 5 hours of testimony and evidence provided by both parties, the magistrate's decision was for Kelsey to live with mom and her siblings. "A huge weight has been lifted off of everyone's shoulders, and we cannot be any happier," she continued. Her daughter, however, had to pay a big sacrifice. Kelsey didn't get the chance to pick up her stuff from her father's house, and she didn't feel like going there after the incident. She had no other choice but to let go of many things important to her. To make up for the situation, her aunt created a GoFundMe account to help raise money so she could buy some new clothes. But would people donate their hard-earned money? Kelsey's aunt had a target of $1,000, but she received double that amount in a pretty short period of time. An anonymous person made a contribution of $2,000, bringing the total to $3,543. So, what did they do with all these donations from generous people? The family went back to the salon to get Kelsey's hair fixed. They picked the Lady Jane salon, where the staff knew about the incident already. Kelsey decided to get a wig for now. The salon offered many choices, and she was happy with the end result. Her mom hoped the wig would help her feel more confident. "I'd like to thank the ladies for making my baby feel more like herself," she said. "We truly appreciate you ladies so much," she continued. Kelsey's smile was finally back. Kristen's post now has over 5,000 likes and hundreds of shares and comments. "You're beautiful. We definitely agree with that assessment. We're so happy so many strong women came together and brought Kelsey the justice she deserved," one user wrote.